After the mass shooting at First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs, pretty much everyone in that town knew someone who was killed. For the pastor and his wife, they not only knew everyone, but their teenage daughter was also killed. Eyewitness News reporter Adi Guajardo sat down with the couple, and to add to their pain, now they're the latest target of conspiracy theorists.
And he said, "Belle didn't make it," and I just dropped to my knees.
14-year-old Annabelle Pomeroy was killed November 5th when a man walked up to the First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs and started shooting. When he finally stopped, 25 others lay dead beside her.
Anyone you talk to about Belle, though, Belle was people. She just loved people.
Just a couple of weeks earlier, Frank Pomeroy, the pastor of the church, and his wife celebrated the birthday of the little girl they adopted when she was only 2 years old. Now, they were preparing to bury her. The young girl held dearly to the message her father delivered every Sunday. Now it is her message they hold on to so tightly to get them through the pain no parent should have to endure.
She'd say, "I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength." And we would say, "But not this, right? No, all things."
Cherished moments they'll never forget.
I love you, Mommy and Daddy.
Now, mixed with the sorrows they wish they could, and moments they know they'll never share.
Graduation and her wedding, that the holidays are holidays. We've had those. Those were things that I promised her I'd be there for, which I won't.
If you could say anything to her today, what would you say to her?
I would say, "I'm sorry I wasn't with you. To protect you."
And now the Pomeroys, with others who were at the church that morning, are being attacked in another way. Conspiracy theorists harassing the victims, saying the massacre never happened.
I mean, he said ugly stuff. My daughter didn't even exist, saying things like this is such a hoax. It hurt.
Police arrested 2 people accused of the harassment, the first legal action after more than 3 months of torment.
He would go and open wounds and pour salt in wounds on other people.
Then, more than 3 months later, when a gunman opened fire at a high school in Florida, it was like the small community was reliving the tragedy all over again. The two towns, nearly 1,400 miles apart, brought together by a horribly familiar pain.
It just breaks my heart to think of those moms and dads that are in the position we are with Annabelle, and nobody cares.
43 lives lost in all. Now the families are caught up in a political debate over gun control.
We are going to change the law.
While trying to deal with their grief.
I'm not saying not have the political discourse that they want to have, but have it later. They need to go back to focusing on those kids, focusing on those parents who lost those kids, and come together as a community.
Things the small Texas town of Sutherland Springs that before November 5th, no one had ever heard of, and now many will never forget.
We laugh together, cry together, hurt together, and hopefully heal together.
A tight-knit community woven together even more now through the prayers from around the world.
Sometimes one day at a time, sometimes one breath at a time.
Adjusting to a new normal.
Painfully aware every day of Annabelle not being here.
But then again, knowing she is there, now protected by God, and they, her church family.
Sunday morning's my easy morning, to be honest with you. Because when I step into the church, I'm reminded they're in heaven. They're watching down over me and they're praying for the service.
Adi Guajardo, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.